and welcome to the 22nd episode. Is that the 22nd episode?
The very best episode.
The very best episode of the One Bite at a Time show. We're here today for our party at the Marietta Wine Ranch Bar and Grill and Cellars, and it's going to be a great time. But we wanted to start out the show right here. So,
thanks, Steve. Hey guys, it's Roxanne here, and I know things look a little bit different without Steve here, but as you may or may not already know, he is traveling and spending time with his family as his daughter is getting married this week. So congratulations, Elena and Joe. We wish you the very best. So today we're going to talk about something very simple but very important that not a lot of people are talking about. This is something called trigger leads. Do you know what a trigger lead is? When a lender pulls credit, they pull from the 3 credit bureaus, and that is Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Well, the credit bureaus believe that it's in the best interest of the consumer to sell their information to let other lenders compete for business. It's the saying of Lending Tree, right? When lenders compete, you win. Not always the case, because newsflash, this is a very thirsty time for a lot of lenders. They will fight tooth and nail for your customer, even when you didn't send them there. And the worst part about this is when you refer a loan to a loan officer and the loan officer has not prepped your borrower that they will get inundated with phone calls and text messages by other lenders, another lender possibly can capture that business. And guess what, guys? They're gonna refer another realtor. No! For the sake of saving everyone business and hassle, we want to teach you the best protocols of what to do when you get a buyer who's getting ready to start their mortgage application. So the first thing that they need to do is go to the website Optoutprescreen.com. Here is where you're going to verify your information and indicate that you want to opt out from getting these calls in the future. So once you get to the website, and I'll show you it here on my screen, you're going to scroll to the bottom. You're going to elect for electronic opt-out for 5 years. It's going to ask you for your basic information, your name, address, telephone number, social security number, and date of birth. You'll need to input the special viewing code and check the box that you want to opt out for 5 years. It's that simple. The problem is it takes 7 to 10 days for it to come into effect. By the time your buyer is referred to us, we're going to want to get them approved or applied as soon as possible, because we all know that people will lose interest or they will get skittish about applying if they don't do it right away in that very moment that they want to act. At Vintage Mortgage Firm, we are not going to stop a buyer from applying based on this, but we definitely prep them up front of what to expect when their credit is pulled. And we do this a couple ways. The first way is when you send us a lead, we automatically put it in our CRM system. Our CRM, at the very moment that we start their campaign, are getting emails with the link to the mortgage application. We're thanking you for the referral, plus an email with information about opt-out pre-screen. We've known about this for a long while, and it is already part of our sales campaign. But because the market has gotten so saturated and so thirsty, competition is high, these calls have been increasingly annoying and aggressive. Your buyer will start to get inundated with phone calls. And I'm not just talking 1, 2, 3Z, 2Zs. That may have been how it was in the past, but now it's been said that a buyer or borrower will get 50 phone calls and text messages related to one credit pool. But as I mentioned, they are getting very forward and aggressive with their tactics, and they're very good. They're going to call your buyer, hey, we got your application. I see that it's not completed. I just wanted to get the rest of the information. And they'll start at the income piece, wrap back around wanting the private information in order to pull the credit. And your buyer will not even realize that they're talking to a stranger and someone who's not even connected to the transaction. Please prep your buyers. So at Vintage Mortgage Firm, we have prepared some promo videos for you to share to your buyer. We'd love for you to share it on social media. We greatly appreciate it. But I challenge you as the realtor, create your own promo and making sure you make it known that people should be opting out on Optoutprescreen.com. For those of you who are unavailable on Thursday at the Murrieta Wine Ranch, here's what you missed. Thank you so much for everyone who showed up at the Murrieta Wine Ranch on Thursday. It was so great to see everybody's faces. Haven't been to a mixer like that in a while, so I really appreciate the show up and the turnout. We can't wait for the next one. Vintage Mortgage Firm will have another mixer in April. So make sure you look for the date in the upcoming episodes for our April mixer. So that's it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. It is a little short, hopefully a little sweet, and we can't wait till Steve is back next week. And we got something incredibly important in this raising interest rate market, so you'll definitely want to stay tuned. Make sure you're registered for the show. Follow us, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and we'll catch you on the next episode.